Let's see how to identify missing values in Python. I am going to load the file purchasesnone.csv. This file contains the purchase records of 14 customers, and it also includes information about marital status, profession, education, salary, and whether or not they own a car. I'll apply the info method to the data frame, and we can see the number of non-null values in each column. Out of the 6 columns we have, only profession and purchase have complete information. Another way to obtain this information is by applying the isNull method to our data frame purchases. It creates a Boolean data frame of the same size as the original, allowing us to detect where the missing values are. To easily visualize how complete the information contained in the data frame is, we are going to create a heat map of the null values. We import the Seaborn library and the pyplot module from matplotlib. We use the heatmap function from Seaborn, specifying that the information we want to display is the null values in purchases. With the cVariable2false parameter, we tell it not to display the color bar, as we only have 2 colors, one for true and one for false. With the CMap parameter, I ask it to use the Viridis color palette to make it look nicer. And here we can see that salary column has a lot of null values. If we want to know how many missing values there are per column, we use the sum method. Sometimes we are not so interested in knowing the number of null values that exist, but rather the percentage that they represent. To calculate the percentage of missing data, we use the min method and multiply by 100. To get only the columns with missing values, we filter the missing percentage call to show only those columns where the value is greater than 0. To know how many missing values there are per row, we add the parameter axis equal to 1 to the sum method. This calculates the percentage of missing values per row, and this gives the rows that have missing values. This code is useful to detect the different combinations of missing values across columns. Before explaining it, let me run it to make it easier to understand what it does. It creates a data frame with the existing combinations. For example, we have 6 rows with no missing values, 3 rows with 1 missing value in the salary column, and 2 with missing values in both salary and car owner columns. Now let's explain the code. With asType int, we convert Boolean values into integers. True becomes 1 and false becomes 0. With groupByPurchases.columns.toList, we group the rows on the resulting data frame, getting the different combinations of 1s and 0s. With size, we count how often each combination appears. ResetIndex converts the found combinations into a data frame with a normal index, adding the count as a number column named 0. With the rename method, we change the name of the new column, which was named 0, to count. Another thing we can do is calculate the percentage of each combination, which will be even more useful to understand the severity of data loss. We calculate this by obtaining the number of rows using the length function on purchases. Then we divide the values in the count column by the total number of rows and multiply by 100. Let's now obtain the location of each missing value so we can quickly identify them when analyzing the data. Using the stack method, we can convert the data frame into a stacked series, where each column is followed by the corresponding true or false value. With the lambda function, we filter the series to keep only the entries where the values are true. This is done using the log lambda expression, which keeps all the rows where the condition is true, that is, the locations of the missing values in the original data frame. We convert the information into a data frame by assigning it a regular index. We drop the column named 0 because it only contains true values. Finally, we assign the name column to the level 1 column.